Hey everybody, Scott here with Trilogy Talk and Team Latitude 64. I am out here at Santa Fe Trail Disc Golf Course in Prairie Village, Kansas. And today, we're not only gonna play this 9-hole course round, and I am gonna play it as a round and keep score the best that I can, but my main focus, we are gonna play with the Dynamic Discs Lucid X Chameleon Moonshine Maverick. That is a mouthful for the name of a disc. I have not thrown the other variations of Lucid X Maverick, so I can't compare, but we're gonna play the entire round with just this Maverick. And of course, when I get into putting situations, I'm gonna use my trusty soft judge. But let's go play some disc golf. All right, everybody. Par 3, hole 1, 292 foot. I'm going to do some commentary. As you can see here, they're pretty straight, little high. Hit the tree, probably helped the overstability. I will take that shot, first shot of the day. A little bit high, but straight. Nice fade at the end. Either way, hole 1. Good shot so far. Here we are, our second hole. It's a 320 foot big pole. I threw that pretty flat, even a little Annie, and you can still see the overstability, the fade that I got there on that. So even with my power, I was able to punch that, and it is pretty breezy, probably about 10-mile-an-hour winds, maybe a little bit more, maybe 10 to 15. I'll take a par there. Hole 3 is a pretty straight shot, 225 foot. It does drop behind it. I threw it straight and flat, exactly the way I want, or not exactly the way I wanted, a little bit more to the right than I wanted, but it was flat. And even there, as you saw it coming in, it was starting to fade in a little bit. And face mask on the putt. All right, so hole 4 here, we're showing a sidearm again, 225 foot shot. It does drop off to the right. Put a little angle on it. And you can still see I was still able to get around that 225 foot distance. Cuts right in front of the basket, comes in pretty hard. So even from a shorter distance sidearm, the Maverick will work well for it. I did not put a ton of power into it. If I would have, I feel like I would have flipped it over a little bit. So it was a nice smooth, a little bit of left or right angle on it. And probably threw it around 60-70%. But I had no problem carrying that 225 foot distance. Here we are, 247 foot. Here I'm putting a low hyzer on it. I didn't have to put a ton on it, but easily was able to get to that 247 foot distance with that. Not a lot of energy to get this disc to fly. It has tremendous glide, good control, but you can overpower. If you put too much on it, it will turn over. This hole was just too short, so I pretty much just had to spike it without trying to, I guess, ace run it. But even that, just to show the spike hyzer at 160 feet, it's a very versatile disc. You can do multiple things with it. Our 7th hole, this is a 9-hole course, 190 feet. Again, pretty short, but I was just able to just throw the hyzer at it, a little bit of skipped right at the basket, and I'm not putting very good. Luckily, we're showing a disc review and not a putting review. Here we go, just under 200 feet. I threw it pretty straight at it, a little bit of hyzer angle on it, but even see at that 200 foot power, putting that little bit of angle on it, it's gonna hold it. If I would have threw it flatter, I probably would have gotten a lot further, which on this hole I did not want to do that. And our 9th and final hole is a 230 footer. It's a good pull for me. You can see I'm pretty much straight out of a little bit on the left side, but nice fade. Held the line exactly the way I wanted. And putting stinks. All right, guys, 9 holes, Santa Fe Trail. You just saw me throwing the Lucid X Chameleon Moonshine Maverick Zack Melton edition. As you can see on a lot of the shots, I threw sidearm, I threw a little backhand. Some of the shots for my skill level were a little too short, so I had to definitely slow down. Just a little bit about me, I'm a right-hand backhand player, about a 930 range golfer. Probably throw about 320 feet on a good backhand, probably about 250 on a good sidearm. So as you're able to look at those shots, if you're a lower skill level than that, these discs might hook a little harder for you. If you're a better skill level, they're probably going to be less stable for you. And if you're right around that skill level that I just explained, then you can kind of get a better idea of ultimately what the disc should fly like. Like I said, some of these shorter 200-foot holes, I definitely had to slow down to have a little bit of control, but some of the longer ones I was able to open up on. None of the really power shots did I ever really flip it over. And then of course the slower shots, I threw on a little bit more of a hyzer line, or when I did throw it flat, definitely had some overstability. So hope you enjoyed this. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And until next time, keep sharing the children you love with the world. See ya.